In January 2010, the National Organization for the Reform of Marijuana Laws launched a new endeavor that would become one of the most successful programs in the history of the organization. The NORML Women's Alliance became the first nationwide female outreach program ever created in the marijuana and drug law reform movement. In late 2009, it became apparent that there was a consistent trend in polling data showing a gender gap in which female support for marijuana legalization lagged behind men. It then became obvious that, as a result of the data and the disparate ratio of male to female activists in the movement, there needed to be a long-term female-focused outreach program, and the idea for the NORML Women's Alliance was born. The general concept consisted of recruiting, educating, and engaging women for the purposes of increasing overall support for marijuana legalization, while also serving as a platform for like-minded women. It was established as a project of the NORML Foundation to be a nonpartisan coalition of socially and geographically diverse women who support an end to the hypocritical and destructive policy of marijuana prohibition, and are also ready to speak out on behalf of this cause. Since the beginning, the NORML Women's Alliance has been bringing a contemporary approach to the public policy debate while proudly representing the interests of modern mainstream women. January 2013 marks the 3-year anniversary of the launch of the NORML Women's Alliance.
The time has come when we should organize and become articulate and to work for some sane solution of this problem. Prohibition has led to more violation of and contempt for law, to more hypocrisy than anything else in our national history.
The program was modeled after the successful anti-prohibitionist women's group of the 1930s known as the WONPR, or the Women's Organization for National Prohibition Reform. Founded by Pauline Sabin, it became a vehicle for women to demand the repeal of the 18th Amendment, forbidding the manufacture and sale of alcohol. In a little over a year, almost 1.5 million women were publicly calling for an end to prohibition-inspired violence related to the illegal production of alcohol. The WONPR was the single most effective advocacy group that led to the repeal of the 18th Amendment. For the last 3 years, we have seen thousands of women from across the world sign up for our listserv, join our social networks, and get involved with or establish a women's group in their community. The women of NORML have been involved in many different forms of activism, from educational outreach to community building to raising awareness for the mission of the NWA. NORML's female outreach effort has come to be recognized as one of the fastest growing programs in the history of the organization. The program has an international presence in which dozens of women from across the country and Canada have taken on the task organizing their communities and forming local groups of dedicated female activists ready to educate the public and spread our message. Groups have been established in several states and major metropolitan areas including Seattle, Minneapolis, Montana, San Diego, Boston, Pittsburgh, Los Angeles, Wisconsin, New York City, Humboldt, Toronto, and San Francisco. Organizers have taken on different roles as leaders in their region, including community service efforts such as toy drives and clothing swaps, monthly meetings, teach-ins, film screenings, social events, voter education, and high-profile fundraisers. These women have done an amazing job engaging their local community and recruiting like-minded women to the cause. Their hard work has been indispensable to the growth and development of the NORML Women's Alliance. The NORML Women's Alliance has also been very successful in raising awareness for the devastating effects of marijuana prohibition on mothers and parental custody. The Alliance has been very active in bringing attention to this issue and especially raising awareness for one high-profile case in Butte County, California. On the morning of September 29, 2011, the Butte Interagency Narcotic Task Force, or BINTF, forced entry into the home of Daisy Brame and her husband Jamie Walsh. Law enforcement officers arrested the couple and, working jointly with Child Protective Services, seized the children, including their 3-week-old suckling newborn Zeus. The following is an actual recording of that raid.
You got her? You see, what you're under arrest for is cultivation of marijuana and possession of marijuana for sale.
She don't hold okay. She ain't got nothing. She got MRSA and a cut on her hand, dude.
Okay, another charge is child endangerment on yours. I forgot that. You have the 3.
Who's going to eat? He has to eat now. He's a newborn.
Are you kidding?
Give me my baby!
Stacy, listen.
What is he gonna eat? They're gonna get him formula!
The outrage over this incident drove several local residents to come forward with similar complaints regarding the misconduct of the BINTF and the county's Child Services Division. As a result, the NORML Women's Alliance moved to file an official request for an investigation of the county's Children's Services Division by the grand jury in Butte County. The Women of NORML also brought significant media attention to this case through a sustained online media campaign. We were able to further raise awareness for the damaging effects of prohibition on mothers and families by taking part in a 2012 Mother's Day Cops and Moms Week of Action. We teamed up with other drug reform organizations such as Law Enforcement Against Prohibition and Students for Sensible Drug Policy to coordinate press conferences and media awareness in cities across the country. Another notable component of the female outreach program has been a focus on building support for women, both activists within the movement and victims of marijuana prohibition. To help lend support to female victims, the NORML Women's Alliance developed a campaign to encourage individuals to write women serving time in prison for marijuana-related charges. We originally encouraged supporters to write to Patricia Spotted Crow, a first-time offender from Oklahoma who was sentenced to 10 years behind bars for selling $30 worth of marijuana. The NWA was part of a strong grassroots effort spearheaded by outraged mothers and reformers who launched several targeted campaigns to local law enforcement and elected officials. She has since been released after serving less than 2 years of her sentence, but was able to draw strength from the support that was provided to her while serving time. After this first round of letter writing, with the help of Families Against Mandatory Minimums, we compiled a database of women in federal prisons who were serving time for marijuana-related charges. Over the next several months, community leaders across the country organized several letter writing events to lend comfort and support to our sisters behind bars. To help strengthen and unite the women in the movement, the Alliance partnered with Students for Sensible Drug Policy to form a new mentoring project called Sister to Sister. This project was designed to connect women in the marijuana movement with each other in order to facilitate a close-knit community of female drug law reform activists. This project has given female activists the opportunity to build strong professional and personal relationships between women of all demographics who wouldn't have otherwise been introduced to one another. We have since matched over 500 women who have become more active in the movement. In 2012, the NORML Women's Alliance was the recipient of the David Borden Friend of SSDP Award in recognition of our collaboration on the Sister to Sister project. Sister to Sister has provided members the ability to share skills, information, and resources that will help female reformers become more engaged and more effective as they work towards our common interests. The NORML Women's Alliance has put a significant amount of effort into developing high-profile awareness campaigns aimed at normalizing the image of female consumers and supporters of legalization. One of our first and most successful campaigns was a 2010 photo shoot collaboration with the online magazine Pot Couture in support of Proposition 19, California's legalization initiative. The image was created to mirror a growing phenomenon of mainstream professional, self-admitted female pot smokers, also known as stiletto stoners. It was featured in several national and international media outlets, including the London Times, BBC, NBC, and Salon.com. For more information on our outreach and campaign efforts, as well as to support the NORML Women's Alliance, please go to our website, www.norml.org/women.